The first thing is to take a look at your energy use.
How do you do that?
Well, you look at your electrical bills.
Wow, that's complicated.
And so many companies are not looking at money that's going right out the window.
How do you green your business? Our guest today is Ruben Aronin, Communications Director of Global Green USA, a national environmental organization that's working to stem climate change. Ruben Aronin, welcome to Dog and Pony.
Pleasure to be with you.
We're going to start you out. We're going to warm you up. We're going to go once around the track. This is a segment where I ask you a series of questions and you give me short, quick answers. We're going to cover as many as we can in about 30 seconds.
All right.
You ready? Let's do this. Where did you grow up?
I grew up in Stamford, Connecticut.
And at what age did you first recycle?
I started recycling probably when I was 10 or 11.
Who is your business role model?
Elon Musk.
What's the most wasteful corporation in the world?
ExxonMobil is certainly the most polluting.
Yes or no, George Bush is out of his mind?
Yes.
And finally, is it easy being green?
Simple.
All right. How does the typical middle manager out there or the small business person take steps for their companies to make them more green?
The first thing is to take a look at your energy use.
How do you do that?
Well, you look at your electrical bills.
Wow, that's complicated.
And so many companies are not looking at money that's going right out the window. And you really have to be looking at those numbers. And then you could look at your baseline and see how that can be reduced. That's everything from the wonderful compact fluorescent light bulb that we've heard so much about to looking at how can we improve the heating and cooling of the building to make it more energy efficient, more cost effective.
How do you know if you're carbon neutral or not? How do you take the first steps in becoming carbon neutral?
So the first thing to realize is that if any of us are driving or riding in a car, living in a home that's, we are not being carbon neutral.
Right.
We have a carbon footprint.
Right.
And I talked about accounting. The first thing to do, and there's a number of carbon calculators, including one on Global Green's website, globalgreen.org, is learn about your impact, be it your individual or your business impact, on carbon emissions. And you can do that relatively easily, calculating how many miles you drive, fly, your electric bill, and then where you live makes up your utility mix of polluting various polluting fuels. And then you can learn about how can I reduce my impact, and where you can't reduce entirely, there are a variety of ways to offset, invest in things like renewable wind power for the carbon emissions that you can't get to zero on.
What companies out there are walking the walk and which ones aren't?
That's a great question. Interface Carpet is one company founded by Ray Anderson that has been creating new carpet out of recycled carpeting and makes carpet swatches so that when your carpet is worn, you don't have to replace the whole carpet. You can actually put new carpet in, and so that's a great company that's doing some of the right things.
Are they more profitable because of this approach?
I don't know the answer to that question. I know that they are one of the largest carpet manufacturers in the country, so it hasn't hurt business, and I think given the green wave, it's beginning to help. I know they've done a significant marketing to college kids, for example, that's been really effective.
Right. You want to point any fingers? Come on. We welcome the opportunity.
Well, the oil companies...
What do you think of BP's whole advertising campaign?
The oil companies certainly deservedly have not been particularly green. I applaud BP's solar, ambitious solar agenda. We need to increase solar manufacturing significantly to take advantage of the power of the sun. If they would invest as much in their in the solar business as they are in marketing, I think we'd be a little further along. We are going to need the oil companies to see the light, so to speak, and become the renewable energy companies of the future. I don't see them disappearing from the planet, but they need to be walking the talk a lot more than talking it.
Global Green has employed the endorsement of a lot of celebrities. How do you know celebrities are in it for the right reasons or not?
Well, the celebrities that we work with are really concerned about the issues. They are making changes in their own life, and this is not a fly-by-night issue. And celebrities who do care about it are the most passionate and effective advocates, be they with lawmakers or with the public.
Obviously, the problem's going to be with us here for a long time, but is this whole interest in green, is it a fad? Could it go away? Do you think about that in the way you approach
Sure.
green marketing, if you will?
Sure. I mean, I think we are in that moment where everyone wants to be green. So one of Global Green's efforts is to make sure that it's being done with integrity, and that
Right.
all of those that are talking green that we work with really are walking the talk. And I think the unique opportunity we have in this time period is to turn people onto action that will be sustainable.
All right, now we're going to jump into a little segment called None of Your Business. And this is where I ask you slightly impolite questions.
And I say no comment?
To which you can say none of your business, no comment, go to hell, or you can shed light on the issue.
Take the charge.
Okay, so you ready for this? You're ready. All right, what's your dirty little environmental secret?
My dirty little secret is I have 2 kids and I use disposable diapers.
Ah, Ruben. Do you have a neutral carbon footprint?
I do not. But I have a pretty low carbon footprint, given that I drive not a hybrid, but a compact, fuel-efficient vehicle.
What does your wife drive?
My wife drives. None of your business.
All right, fair enough. And who's greener, Brad or Leo?
No comment.
Oh. All right. That's it. Ruben Aronin, Communications Director for Global Green USA. Thanks for joining us today. We appreciate you coming by. Anything you want to plug before we're done?
Global Green is doing some amazing work in New Orleans, where the communities have really been hit. 2 years after Katrina, Global Green is proud to be one of the first home developers in the 9th Ward, and people can learn more about it at our website at globalgreen.org.
Sounds cool. Thanks very much for joining us. And as always, if you have questions, comments, or suggestions for upcoming guests, email me at paul@dogandpony.tv. Thanks for stopping by. See you soon.
Dog and pony, dog and pony.